for Tamanna Bhatia. Hello, Tamanna. So glad you're here with us today. All right. The only way to describe our next guest is super. A superstar, a super dancer, a superhero, and also a massive fan of the Lord of the Rings. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome on stage Hrithik Roshan. All right, welcome Hrithik. Thank you. So glad to have you with us. Now, before we move forward, I have to ask you the question, to both of you. What about the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, are you most excited about? Someone, you want to take a crack at it?
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, definitely Lord of the Rings, the cinematic appeal that it has, it's just one of a kind. I still go back to it over and over again, and it still seems as fresh. I mean, it is visual storytelling at its best. So, be it the books or any of the screen adaptations that have been made, I feel like they're so engrossing and they just captivate you, take you into another world. And I feel like that quality is something I find most enchanting. Yeah, now that we've seen the teaser, the trailer, the preview, I really can't wait. I think it is stunning. As an audience, I'm just waiting, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Awesome. Hrithik, what excites you the most?
Oh, I think the trailer speaks for itself. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that I aspire for. You know, it does something to my cells. It's visual extravaganza meeting great content. You know, and I'm just excited and thrilled that I'm going to be able to watch the Middle Ages on Prime Video on 2nd September. I also have a little tale to tell, right if I may.
Please.
There's a little connection between me and the Lord of the Rings that I don't think anybody knows. And I recall this morning. So one random day back in 2004, my dad put on the Lord of the Rings Part 1, saw the film, couldn't stop, saw Part 2, couldn't stop, saw Part 3. And then he gave me a call, and he was just talking about the way they used this one great, incredible idea, and then progressed and had this progression which was so incredible. And why can't we do that? So I said, okay, yeah, but what are you talking about? And he said, why can't we take Oinalia, which is one of our previous films, and have a progression and build on that? And that was the birth of Krish. Wow. So if there was no Lord of the Rings, there'd be no Krish. So I'm going to take this opportunity to give my little thanks to the Lord of the Rings for making Krish happen.
Well, thank you, Tamanna. Thank you, Hrithik. It's been an absolutely all team's work life, right? And I thank you once again. I will now leave you to fans of the Lord of the Rings to bring on the stage the amazing team behind the series. All yours now. All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Tushar Sriram. Come on, this will be better. This is truly an exciting moment for me and us, the fans and the franchise right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our incredible showrunner, Mr. J.D. Payne.
Hrithik, Tamanna, thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you. Welcome to India, Mr. Payne. Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited and delighted that you are here.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be in India, and I think I had a very warm welcome. I had a few minutes to wander the streets, and like 2 minutes after I got out of my car, a holy man walked up to me and put a dot on my forehead and tied a bracelet around me and gave me a blessing. So, I instantly felt blessed and welcomed in your country. So thank you.
That says that all is going to be a huge success now. That's how it works. Well, this is such an incredible, aspiring piece of work. I just saw the trailer and I'm completely blown. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you, thank you.
Tell me, I was just, what was your experience of encountering Tolkien's work? And what does Tolkien mean to you?
So I came to Tolkien by way of the Peter Jackson films. So the first one I was in my early 20s. And they were one of the few films that came out when I was an adult that got into my heart the way that films used to when I was a kid. And from there I did a deep dive and read all the books and got super into it. And now that they've woven themselves into the fabric of my life, very rarely does a day go by that I don't reference something happening in my life by way of Lord of the Rings, saying I feel like Frodo carrying the ring today, or when weddings or funerals come along, Tolkien quotes always make their way into my toasts or eulogies, so Tolkien is just part of my soul.
I can see the passion, and it shows in your work. And you have your incredible cast here with you.
Oh, they're absolutely amazing.
One of them said, it just feels like Middle Earth. And I spontaneously broke into tears. And I was like, that's all I wanted to accomplish.
That is amazing. Well, हम पहली बार कर रहे हैं, ये ताली तो मारना हमारे लिए। Yeah, I think it's been so nice, knowing these things from you. But I really want to meet you.
Yeah, totally excited to bring them out. Yeah, I'd like to introduce them.
Shall we?
Guys, you want to start walking on out, and I'll give introductions as you do. I think first I see Naz Bonyadi. I think this is our first one back there. We have Nazim Bonyadi who plays Bronwyn. We have Maxim Baldry who plays Isildur. We have Markella Kavanaugh who plays Eleanor Norrie Brandyfoot. We have Lloyd Owen who plays Elendil. We have Sana Zagrabani who plays Marigold Brandyfoot. Then we have Charlie Edwards who plays Celebrate Moore. And Megan Richards who plays Poppy.
Welcome to India, guys. It's amazing to have you guys here. And all the best. Good luck for this. It looks incredible. Robert, I have a question for you. You're playing one of the most famous Elven characters, Elrond. What does an Elrond mean to you? And how do we meet Elrond in the Middle Age, in the series?
Yeah, well, it's the second age, so he's much younger than the trilogy or anything like that. He's half elven, which is a sort of unique thing in the elven world. He's young, he's ambitious, serving his king, and yeah, curious about different cultures.
Was it fun?
Very fun.
Was it hard?
Very hard, yeah.
Then it was fun.
Nazmi, can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
So you play Bronwyn of the Southlands.
Yes.
And she's a healer.
Fantastic. I've dreamed of coming to India my entire life. I've admired this entire country from afar and had Indian friends since I was a young boy. My first Indian friend was Hrithik that I used to play soccer and football with when we were 10 years old, and then I've had Indian friends ever since. And so it's beautiful to finally come to this wonderful, wonderful place.
I'm so glad you feel that way. Now I'm going to dare and ask you this question. You are an epic storyteller. Star Trek, guys. There's nobody who hasn't seen it. It's not possible. So, I mean, this is something that's a familiar ground for you in terms of scale and, storytelling. But was it daunting for you to attempt material that has fan following, which is so widespread, and for them this material is so sacred? Also, was it any kind of pressure while you were attempting Tolkien's work?
Well, I mean, the biggest pressure was the pressure that Patrick and I put on ourselves, simply because there's such a need.
But thank you to JD for entrusting me with the role, given my inexperience, I guess you could say. But no, I think the whole cast has been really, really, really supportive, and have really taken me under their wing, especially Naz. I was very, very nervous and anxious. I came from working on sets with like 5 people as the crew, so hundreds. And it was very, very overwhelming. But with JA and Wayne and Charlotte and Naz, Ismail, Ian, everyone that I worked with just made me feel so comfortable and helped me do my job, which is ultimately the most important thing. And I went from Perth to Mumbai in front of all these beautiful people, and I'm here, and how's it going, everyone? It's
Lord of the Rings of Power is the one that brings them all to a head. But that's what's so interesting about Tolkien. For such a major storyline, he gives Celebrimbor very little page space. He's mentioned briefly, and those contradict each other, those mentions. So what our hunt, the showrunners, myself, the head of the department, the directors and the writers, is to find the hooks that Tolkien has given us, hang a few things on there, see how that goes, and then rummage around in the wardrobe a little more, see what else I can find in there, a few more hooks, a few more bits and pieces, hang it all up and see how it looks. And it's also the first time that Celebrimbor has been featured in a live action adaptation of Tolkien's stories, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what you all think about it. Thank you.
Everybody, community included. So they get up to a lot of adventure and a lot of mischief.
Did you all know each other before?
No, we didn't. We met on the day. We met like a couple of weeks before. But it was really nice because we got to sort of hang out and call it work. It was really nice.
That's nice.
They're like sisters.
And they have a lot of heart and joy, and stick together in the face of adversity, and they're constantly looking over their shoulders, but they're optimists as well, despite having to be survivors.
Is there anything specific that makes them special to you?
I think that they don't see their vulnerability as a weakness. I think they're able to...
I'm excited, I'm also excited to have all our customers. And I can't wait for everybody to see this. That's what I'm saying. But you know what? What we have right now, and we must see it again, because I can't stop watching that, is our trailer. I can't have enough of that. So what do you think? We watch one more time?
Yes, absolutely, Gaurav. I actually think it would be a great idea to immerse all of us here in this room in the world of the radiance of power once again through the trailer.
Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, while you take your leave, please on a trailer of Lord of the Rings in the Power, and don't forget that the magic begins on 2nd September, only on Prime Video. Thank you.
So much care, and really exuding the spirit of Tolkien in everything that they're doing. And every time they're trying to figure out how they're going to weave the story, they always go back to what would Tolkien actually do. So we're very proud of them. They were the perfect people to take this adaptation of the Second Age, and we're so proud to have them on the show. Nice. Now, I've spoken a bit about the series, but I'm really keen to know, as the country head of Prime Video India, what excites you about the series?
Just what you're saying right now, I truly believe Tolkien is the originator of most of modern fantasy. Stories are timeless, relatable. They immerse people in themselves, and they. So Sushant told us about all the stuff that we've been working on, all the amazing things, the shows, the movies, but there's nothing that matches what we have here for you now. This is mega, epic, global. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. The most ambitious undertaking in the history of television. And something that's as massive in scale and rich in detail, we need to have the massive reach to it. So we have our biggest release in 240 countries and territories, in more than 30 languages globally. And in India, we have the show available to us in English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. So you can immerse yourself in the stories and the world of elves, dwarves, Harfoots, humans, and Numenorians. We are thrilled to have Albert here with us today to talk more about this world and the journey. Albert, first of all, we've been talking about you coming to India for a while. So, and we missed you in April. So thank you for coming. How's it been so far?
It's been great. I'm really a big fan of India.
She's, as you said, a healer, a single mother to a rebellious teenage son played by Tyrone. In a forbidden romance with an elf Arondir who is tasked with watching over the Southlanders, like a Southlander, who historically her ancestors chose the wrong side, they chose evil over good, and she's trying very hard to redeem them. What I love about her is that she is very resilient and strong, as you said, as well as nurturing. And I was going to be a doctor before I started acting. I have a degree in biology, so that side of her, the healing side, resonates with me. But also her determination to redeem her people and to liberate them from the forces of evil of their past, the shackles of their past, really resonates with me as an activist, because I'm a long-time activist for my homeland, Iran, human rights activist. And women in Iran, and in many places in the world, are the forefront of the move towards democracy, freedom, and human rights. And so that's where I drew inspiration.
But Poppy sticks by Nori's side throughout the series, and that is sort of like an ongoing theme, I think. But she does that because she finds it important. She has such a love and loyalty for her friend. And she finds it, you know, Mark has already mentioned the community, and in the community you have a very specific set of rules. And they're very important in order to ensure everybody's safety. And because the schism that Lloyd was mentioning that's occurring on the island is also starting to take shape within the family. She's immensely proud of her people on the island and the beauty that they've created, and the society that they've created. And she's quite frustrated with both of her brothers, who have these sort of romantic ideas of the past